This is Mr. Okamu, the lecturer in charge of Introduction to Sociology, GST 211. The course Sociology has the following content. The content includes sociology, the meaning of sociology. Secondly, we are talking about family. We talk about marriage. We talk about society and culture. We look at socialization. We look at conformity, power, authority, and leadership. We look at social organization. We also look at a group and social differentiation. We also look at religion, social interactions, stratification, social mobility, collective behavior, public opinions, and propaganda. And finally, last but not the least, social changes. But we are starting with the main course of the study called sociology. Sociology is like every other social science, such as psychology, economics, geography, political science, and so on. But its approach, assumptions, and method are to some extent different from each other. Sociology is the systematic study of the groups and societies in which people live, how social structures and culture are created and maintained or changed, and how they affect our behavior. As we noted earlier, sociology is part of the family of social science that includes psychology, anthropology, geography, political science, and part of history, and so on. All social sciences are concerned with human behavior, although they share the same basic subject matter. Each social science focuses on a different aspect of behavior. For instance, psychologists are most interested in internal source of behavior. Sociologist is the external sources of a behavior. Psychologists study the working of the nervous system and effects of neurotransmitters, hormones, or stress on individual. Sociologists look at working of a society and the effect their social class, gender roles, age, new technologies, changing attitudes towards reckless behavior, or political revolution have on people. Sociology focuses on personality, on the behavior and attitude that are characteristics of person regardless of the situation. Sociology focuses on roles, on the behavior, anti-attitudes that are characteristics of people. in a given social position or situation, regardless of their individual personalities. But anthropology shares sociology's interest in the impact of social structure and culture on behavior. But anthropologists usually study non-Western societies, preliterate societies, local communities, and small groups. Sociologists, too, study communities and small groups, but they also examine modern industrial societies and large scale. You can now see the difference between all these families of social sciences. Now, economists and political scientists single out particular kinds of social activity. Sociologists look at the nature of social action, and at the manner in which different kinds of activities fit together to create the larger pattern of society. Sociologists are primarily interested in areas where social structure and culture intersects. What we are talking about here is that sociology are primarily interested in the intersection of social structure and culture. At the point which the social structure and culture intersect, we look at sociology. One of these is social institution. Social institutions are established. What I mean that one of the areas, one of the intersections of sociology, social structure, and culture is social institutions. And then we see social institutions as patterns of action that organize important social activities. The family, education, religion, the political and economic systems. These are some of the areas that are established, that establish pattern of action, which will help to organize important social activities. They include the family, education, religion, political and economic systems. These institutions ready-made answers. These institutions ready-made answers to the recurring problems of life. How to make community decisions, how to produce and distribute goods and services. Then when we look at how to make community decision, we look at political system. How to produce goods and distribute goods and services we look at economic system. Because we have different kinds of economic system, and that's one of the major problems of economics. The distribution, production of goods and services. How to arrange household and provide child care. We look at the family. And so on and so forth. Then let's see how sociology originated. Considering the origins of sociology, one would then have to look at the contributions made by some founding fathers. The contributions made by Max Weber and August Comte shall be considered. Max Weber of 1864 to 1920 was one of the founding fathers of sociology, whose work has been a great influence on the study of sociology. Max Weber, as we have stated earlier, was one of the founding fathers of sociology. And the works of Max Weber has been of a great influence, has influenced the study of sociology. Let us look at how it influenced the study of sociology. Then contribution. Sociology is a science of social action. He made a clear distinction between action and social action. According to Max Weber, action has to do with all human behavior, insofar as the actor attaches a attaches a subjective meaning to it. But for that of a social action, the actor does not only and usually attach a subjective meaning, the action itself must also be seen to take account of the behavior of others. Family, the booking. Sorry, Emily de Bouquin, 1858 to 1917. This is one of the early sociologists. Emily de Durkheim, Emily Durkheim dealt with two types of social solidarity. By solidarity, Durkheim meant the moral belief and ideas, which forms the common sense underlying social life. Mechanical solidarity is a characteristic of pre-industrial societies, which was said to be based on agreement and identity between people. Organic solidarity derived from agreement to tolerate a range of differences. Conflict being moderated through a variety of institutional arrangements, such as courts, political parties, and so on. Then let us look at the scope of sociology. The scope of study of sociology is extremely wide, beginning from studying and understanding interactions among individuals, up to the scientific analysis of global and social processes, such as globalization and information technology. Globalization and sustainable economic development. When we are talking about scope, we are talking about area of coverage in which sociology is expected to cover based on the subject matter of the coverage. And we are looking at it as the wide beginning from studying and understanding interactions among individuals up to the scientific analysis of global social processes, such as globalization and information technology. Then let us look at methods of sociology. In understanding human behavior, sociologists use methods which are mainly scientific in discovering facts about human beings. The major scientific tools usually being used in sociological research are survey, archival research, participant observation. We should take them one after another. Then let us look at survey. The survey is a method of systematically collecting data from people about their behavior, attitudes, and beliefs. Subjects for survey are carefully selected to represent the group of people about whom the investigator intends to draw the conclusion. The subjects for survey are carefully selected to represent the group of people about whom the investigator intends to draw conclusions. The subject in a survey can be interviewed in persons, can be interviewed in persons. as they were or on the telephone. Or they might complete a self-administered paper and pencil or computerized questionnaire, whatever the mode of data collection. The questions in a survey are carefully constructed to yield the precise information that the investigator is seeking. Usually, surveys require respondents to choose between response alternatives that are supplied by the researchers. Archival research. Archival research, the questions are comprehensive national survey. Look at empirical studies. From the empirical studies, individuals could see that those papers or those expected out from somewhere, maybe from library or from Google, any other source that you can get reasonable information, which you were not there when it happened. So when you lay your hand in that, participant observation. The term participant observer was coined by Edward Lentiman, 1924, a University of Chicago sociologists, to refer to individuals, group, and report on that group to investigators. Today, the term still is used, but now it refers to a researcher who interacts with group purpose of studying them. Of participant observers. the extent of participants' observers' involvement, researchers may spend extended period of time with the people of their study, sharing many lives, sharing many life experiences with them, or the data may be gathered over a relative short time by means of one or a few intensive interviews. Some investigators have gained access to group deceptively by passing themselves off as regular group members. Others identify themselves as researchers from the outset, hoping that those they plan to study will grant them access to information usually reserved for insiders. Practical significance of psychology. Practical significance of sociology. The practical significance of sociology are stated below. Sociology provides more adequate and clearer understanding of social situations. More adequate and clearer understanding of social situations. This is because the work of sociology helps individuals to get adequate and clearer in understanding of social situations. In every social situation, the work of sociology or a sociologist will help the members or the participants to understand the social situation. It gives practical implications in terms of assessing the results of a policy initiative. Sociology makes possible the promotion of cultural awareness on the different groups in society. It also helps to promote deep self-understanding. Sociology. There are many social issues that are of great interest to sociology. Some of them are: one, rape, rape, armed robbery, assassination, HIV or AIDS, terrorism, prostitution, war, conflict, area boy syndrome, and so forth, and so on and so forth. Now, having gone so far on the content of, on the concept of sociology, let us look at the term family. Family. We are all coming from different respective families. In a study entitled Social Structure, Judge Peter Murdoch examined the institution of the family in a wide range of societies. Murdoch, 1949, took a sample of 250 on the evidence of this sample that the family is universal. Murdoch, 1949, defines family as a social group characterized by common residence, economic and cooperation, and reproduction. It includes adults of both sexes at two of whom maintain a socially approved sexual relationship, and one of more children owned and adopted of the sexually cohabitation adults. Thus, the family lives together, pools its resources, and work together. And produces offspring. At least two of the adult members conduct a sexual relationship according to the norms of their particular society. Such norms vary from society to society. For instance, among the Banaro of New Guinea, the husband does not have sexual relations with his wife until she has born a child by a friend of his father. The parent-child relationship between, therefore, is not necessarily a biological one. Its importance is primarily social, children, and being recognized as matters of a particular family. Whether or not the adult whether or not the adult spouse have biologically produced them. Did you see it now? That in Guinea, the husband does not have sexual relations with his wife until the wife has born a child by a friend of the child's father. The parents' child relations now types of family. We have nuclear family, we have nuclear family, we have extended family, we have polygamous family, we have monogamous family, and so on. The nuclear family, the concept of family refers to different levels of social organization in different cultures. For instance, in Euro-American societies, a family consists of a man, his wife, and children. This type of family is called the nuclear family. It is also known as the elementary family. There is only the conjugal family or the family of procreation, where one is a father or mother or husband or wife. In these societies, Euro-American societies, the father's or mother's natal family, sometimes referred to as family of orientation. That is, the family where a man or a woman was born is regarded as a different family. The nuclear family appears to be as a result of industrialization and modern development. In Nigeria today, this type of family is now a common practice. Extended family. This type of family that has been in existence for a number of years now. An extended family consists of two or more nuclear families. For example, a man's family, that is the conjugal family, is joined to his father's family through him to form one extended family. Hence, a man and his wife and children, together with his father and mother and their other children, if any, form one extended family. Polygamous family. This type of family practice where a man is married to more than one wife. In this type of family, a man may be married to 2, 3, 4, or even more than that. This is a type of practice that has been in existence for a very long time, and it is still seen among us today, particularly among the rich people, the kings, and the alhajis, and so on. Monogamous family. This type of family is referred to as one man, one wife. It's a type of family that is regarded as one man, one wife. That is, a man is said to have only one wife as a legal wife and no other one. These days in Nigeria, monogamous family practice is a common right and a natural phenomenon everywhere in Nigeria, where majority of men prefer to be involved in this than polygamous family. We should look at activities in family. We should look at activities in family. But it seems that our time has gone. We could entertain some questions, after which we suspend the class till next time, so that other people could be given opportunity to continue. If you have a question, you can forward it. If you don't have, thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.